Hello, I'm Mr. Eddie, President of America, and this is Ed Talks, the series where I talk about any wacky old thing I feel like discussing. I know yesterday I said I didn't know how often I would do these, and here I am back today doing another one, but a topic just came up and I felt like I had to talk about it while it's hot. As tradition, for those of you who like to watch stuff, here's Ghostbusters for the NES to watch while I fittingly talk about the new Ghostbusters trailer. So, yeah, a new trailer for the Ghostbusters remake hit the internet recently, and of course it sparked a whole lot of discussion. Considering it looks like crap, it's hardly shocking that most of the discussion is negative. Me included, I think it looks awful. However, one question I keep seeing batted around is, does hating this movie make you misogynistic because it's an all-female lead? Is it misogynistic to hate this movie? Of course not, that's stupid. The trailer looks like crap. That's all there is to it. It's not misogynistic, and that pretty much ends this Ed Talk discussion. Unless, of course, you're hating this movie for all the wrong reasons. You're not doing this, Americans, are you? You're better than that. My people are better than that, right? Alright, let's delve into this a little bit deeper, shall we? There are a lot of things not to like about these two Ghostbuster trailers. The jokes fall flat. The jokes feel dated. The characters feel like weak stereotypes. Stereotypes of stereotypes, even. The CGI is butt-fucking ugly. The story is a remake of a classic that doesn't need a remake. Enough with the fucking remakes. All of these are very valid reasons to dump on this movie. However, if one of the reasons you're dumping on this movie is because, of course it sucks, it's for women in the lead, or women ruin everything, or this is bullshit feminism that's causing this movie to suck. Well, yeah, you're gonna flip your shit when you hear this, but yeah, that's pretty much the definition of misogyny. Stop it. See, I hate to break this to you, but if the movie sucks, I'm fairly sure it's going to suck, but we have to use it as an if until it becomes fact. But if this movie sucks, then it's not because there's 4 women in the main role. Are you honestly telling me that if it was 4 guys playing the lead with this script, it would suddenly be amazing? Will their penises magically enchant the film to be a masterpiece worthy of Stanley Kubrick? Of course not. This movie's going to suck due to the writing and because it's fairly obviously a cheap ploy to try to cash grab on a beloved franchise. We've seen movies do this many time and time again. Gem and the Holograms, that's something people used to love, right? Shit out a script and we'll fleece the marks. Yeah, fleece the marks, Mr. Eddie knows corny talk. Here's an analogy I like to use. Superman 64 was not a very good game. And by not very good, I use that the same way by having your balls glued to a moving train would not be very good. I think it's fairly commonly acknowledged that Superman 64 is one of the worst games of all time. Terrible gameplay, terrible controls, terrible sound design. There's not one good thing about it. But if somebody came up to you and said, Superman 64 really sucks, you'd probably agree with them. Then if they continued to voice their opinion, yeah, I hate it because Superman was made by a couple of fucking Jews. That's kind of where your conversation might grind to a halt. There's lots of reasons to hate the game, but you picked a really bad one. So yeah, I feel the same way about that as I do blaming the genitalia of the leads for this movie. It's stupid, especially when there's so much else we as nerds can bitch about. How tired of these fucking jokes? Did you see the sweatshop CGI? There's so much more we can complain about. Alright, now to be fair, there's really not a lot of guys talking like that. It really is just the extreme minority. And also, to be fair, that street runs both ways. If anyone accuses you of being misogynistic simply because you hate the trailer, even though there's an entire Necronomicon worth of reasons to hate this movie, then they're just being an asshat too. Each of those people are just extremes on opposite sides of the same dummy spectrum. Dummies? Fuck it, I'll work on the pun later. So yes, my fellow Americans, it's perfectly fine to shit on these trailers. They completely deserve it. Just keep your complaints in the realm of good taste and this version of reality. Now, I'm sure some people are going to get pissy with me just because of what the topic is, and I know it's a heated topic, and someone's going to inevitably call me a social justice warrior because some people just spasm that phrase out nowadays. And even still, that's just silly. There's no way I would be a social justice warrior. Really, warrior? The warrior class sucks! I'd totally go for being a blue mage. I could learn every enemy's spell, and I could cast both attack and healing spells, plus you get to wear a blue robe. It's just the wise choice. However, since this is Ed Talks, I want you, the listener, to give your thoughts down below. Do you agree with me? Do you take a different stance? What do you think about the movie trailers? And more importantly, warrior, blue mage, ninja, which class would you choose to be? Just remember to keep it polite as always, my fellow Americans. Until next time, I'm Mr. Eddie, President of America, and this was Ed Talks.